this is Ken Nelson with the Tactical Performance Center. I'm going to tell you how to avoid the #1 problem, safety problem that I see on the shooting range. Okay, first off, a quick overview of the safety rules. We're going to treat all firearms as if they're loaded. We're going to point them in a safe direction. Our finger is going to be on the frame of the gun until we're ready to shoot. And once we're ready to shoot and we are shooting, we need to know what's behind the target in case we miss, heaven forbid, or as often happens, the bullet penetrates and keeps going through the target. And what's the #1 violation I see? #2, pointing in a safe direction. They violate that. And the way they violate it is they point it at themselves when they are holstering or otherwise manipulating the firearm. So I'm going to go through some quick steps with you to help you stop breaking that rule. All right, so the first thing that I want to cover is that all firearms manipulations, at least with the handgun, are done with a stiff wrist. You want to find a stiff wrist, shake somebody's hand, support your weight on a wall. You're going to have a stiff enough wrist to do this. Now, the reason we do that is so that we can manipulate the gun with our elbow and know where things are pointing based on where our finger is pointing, which you should have a long history with, pointing at things with your finger. Right, so it's going to be like this. Now, with this setup, stiff wrist, finger on the side, and manipulating the gun with my elbow, I now know by feel where the gun is pointing. Floppy wrist isn't going to work. That's the #1 reason I see is people stop shooting. They flop their wrist down, aim at their knee, their toe, and in some cases their femoral artery. Okay? Femoral artery will kill you in 30 seconds. Knee could cripple you for life. Toes, you just be a freak. All right? Don't do that to yourselves. #2 reason, they're holstering. They do not know where their holster is. They are not looking. Where is it? I think I'll point at various parts of my body until I find it. There it is. I'm a hero. No, you're not. All right. Here's a tip. Look at the holster. Perfectly fine. If you watch our videos, certainly all of my videos, maybe not all, but almost all. I'm going to say all, but I have to caveat that. I look that holster in. And when I'm done shooting, the most important thing I have to do now is put this loaded gun away safely. And I put my attention on it. It's not something I devote half my attention to. I can hurt somebody, including myself, if I do it wrong. So now I transition my entire attention to putting it away safely. And that means I'm going to look. What am I looking for? 3 things. The first is my holster still there? All right, I play pretty hard games and I do hard things with these. And sometimes I've gotten to this state and my holster is no longer there. And I'm so tired. This is in the Army and other things. I'm so tired you didn't even know where it went. All right, so that's the first benefit of looking, is to make sure the thing's still there. The second thing that you're going to get from looking is to make sure that it is clear of obstructions that might get into the trigger. I've looked at my holster and found tree brushes or tree branches, leaves. I've seen brass stuck in holsters, certain types of holsters, retention holsters that have mechanisms and things like that. All right, so that's the second benefit of looking, is to make sure it's clear. The third benefit of looking, knowing where it is. Right, so I'm done shooting. My transition now is to what's the most important thing, putting it away safely. I'm going to look, it's there, it's clear, and I'm putting it in. Now, let's say you're doing that. I still see people that will point the gun at themselves because of this. That's not okay. I just crossed my toes. Stop doing that. Here's how you do it instead. I'm aiming, I'm done shooting. Whoa, those are all good hits. Really fast too. I'm very happy, but now my transition in my mind is to put it away safely. I'm keeping my wrist stiff and I'm keeping this gun pointed as far down range as I can until it's in the holster. Then I put it away. Okay, so let's go through that one more time. Stiff wrist, finger on the frame, manipulating with the elbow. Before I put the holster away or the gun away, I'm looking to make sure my holster is there, it's clear, and I know where it is. Now, with my stiff wrist and my finger pointing as far up range as I can, I'm going to put the gun away safely and happily. Now, one caveat. I know some of the tactical types are going to say, but Ken, I need to do things with my hands, so I need to put the gun away quickly. I completely agree with that. If you need to restrain suspects, do other kinds of work, after you have your gun out, you need to put it away quickly, that's fine. What I suggest is that you train on the draw and that you put as much effort into training on holstering as you do in the draw at a separate time when you can 100% focus on that. So I'm Ken Nelson. Please be safe on the range. There's never a reason to point a gun at yourself or anybody else unless it's on purpose. Hope this helps. We'll see you on the range.